afternoon.
Yes, I think it's evening already, even.
Oh, yeah. What would you class as evening? I don't know.
I think it was the time of the day, like past 4 p.m. I don't
Past
know.
4. Oh, okay.
I think so. I don't know.
I still think it's about 7.
Yeah, I don't know. I also think about things like that. So but whenever someone was like arranging something and it was 5 in the evening, and I was like, 5 evening? I mean, that's a bit early, but
In the evening. Yeah, I can see that. I've never thought about, because I don't have tea/dinner, whatever you want to call it, at 5 o'clock. I eat a bit later. So for me, my evening starts at like, I don't know, 5:30, something like that.
Yeah, I used to think it's just mostly, once it gets darker, then it's evening. Anyway.
Yeah.
Because
that's like 4 o'clock in the winter.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never really thought about that before. I think because I'm an afternoon/evening person, I want to lengthen the day as long as possible.
Yeah.
I like, oh, it's not evening until it's a bit later, and it's not bedtime until a lot later than that.
Oh, I just remembered to share the banner.
So if anybody is joining us, we are doing free card readings this evening. We focus on career readings and spiritual and personal development readings. So if you have any questions about your career, your job, your business, you don't have to be self-employed, anything to do with work or anything to do with personal or spiritual development, drop us a message in the chat. Let us have your name and your question, and we will pull some cards for you. Got that whistling sound again. It's really, oh, it's gone now. Yeah, it still sounds a bit whistly.
Sorry, I'm being like really quiet right now, but I just don't know why. Oh, there it is.
There we go. Can you hear me, Pat?
Pardon?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I'm a bit quiet. I switched my microphone because there was a lot of whistling. I didn't know if it was my microphone or not.
Yeah, I heard that a little bit. But I don't hear it now.
No. It seems to have stopped now. Odd.
Yeah, I don't know. I've noticed that the microphones seem to pick up stuff unless we're talking. I don't know. Like whenever I listen to because I put our conversations, Monday conversations onto my podcast, like the audio one as well. And so I trim it so that there's no countdown. And always the very first, like 2 seconds, 1 second before someone says something, there's like a sound, like like paper rustling kind of thing. So it's like, I don't know, it just doesn't.
I wonder if it's then trying to pick, and if we're silent and it can't hear anything, it's trying to pick up sound. And that's why let's try it. Yeah, I can hear that like white noise again.
Yeah. See, it's like it's trying, it's like searching for something.
Oh, really annoying. I'm going to be really aware of that now.
Yeah. So I have 3 decks with me today. 3 are 3 angel cards. I mean, if anyone didn't know yet, I read angel cards. Yeah, so my usual angel oracle guide, and then oldie but goodie, as in like it's actually new for me, but it's actually, I think, the oldest Kyle Gray's deck, Angel Prayers.
Oh, nice. Is that a new deck then? Have you just bought that?
Yes, I did. So
how many you got now?
what, like in total, all of my decks? I don't know, 50 something. And then Angel Tarot. I have an Angel Tarot.
Which one? Because I've got an Angel Tarot. Mine's Valentine.
Yes, it's not that one that you have. Hang on, let me see I've put the box on the side. 1 second. Oops, sorry about the noise. That's my table.
Okay.
It is called The Angel Tarot. Oh my God, this chair is ridiculous. By Jane Wallace.
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, it's not actually very popular. I've seen it because I used to watch quite a bit of people doing readings on YouTube, and I often got ideas of what decks I want because of I saw what they're using, and so I just got it because I saw someone using them.
See, that's dangerous. I don't want to watch people do card readings because then it'll be like, oh, what deck's that? And then there'll be another one on the list.
I know, yeah, that's exactly what was happening to me at the start when I started buying all the decks. Since then, I already said before that I have already resold some of them because I ended up not using them. But I really like the Angel Oracle because it's actually like a tarot, I think standard size. So it actually fits, like it's thinner, it's not wider like the Hay House Oracle cards. So I can actually still use it comfortably. So and I really like that. And I wanted a deck that has a word. Like It has its own, a little like its own flavor, I suppose, to it. So it's like an angel. That's why I like it, Angel Tarot. But it's like what angel, let's say, energy, and then I can still use my tarot knowledge as an extra. I don't know. I just like it with this extra little message on the bottom because I don't, like you said, I think last time, I also don't really like cards with a lot of text.
I don't. I bought one fairly recently that does have wording on it, which is the first one I've gone for ever that has words on the cards. And I thought, well, I'll try it and see how I get on. But if I'm reading, it kind of gets in the way of my intuition. So I just allow myself to just glance at the cards. And if one of the words jumps out at me, or a couple of them do, or it's like demanding I look at it, then I do. But otherwise, I don't sort of read the cards and then look at the words because it feels too linear and structured, and it doesn't feel like it flows. But I do like having some words on the cards because it allows them to jump out at me if they need to.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing I wanted with this, but I just with like one word. I just thought that might be like a nice extra, like a clarifier, or something. Yeah, and it's tarot, so I thought, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
we still like tarot, but obviously, so I just felt like bringing these 3 today.
Excellent. I've only got one today.
Oh,
I've just got I'm trying to just really stick with my new one just to really get used to it. So I've been using this now for about the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
In the lives, but I really like it. I love how modern it is and how diverse it is, and it's really colourful as well. So I'm sort of allowing myself to really connect with it. But yeah, I might try a different one next week because I do like to mix it up. I don't like to get too comfortable with my tarot decks.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually, when I was getting this one, I was thinking, oh, should I, does that mean that I should like resell some other ones? But it was like, no. I looked at them and I was like, no, I'm not.
No, I love
any of those.
If you did fancy swapping any decks or selling any, let me know what you've got, because it might be that you've got one that I'm looking for. So I've got a few.
Are you looking for any particular ones?
Sorry?
Are you looking for any particular ones?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what they're called off the top of my head, but I've got a few saved in my tasks in Outlook. Every time I see one, I think, oh, I like that, but don't buy it yet because you get carried away. I keep putting them in notes, and I've probably got 5 or 6 now that I keep thinking, yeah. So let me know if you've got any that are sat there that you're not using, and then if I've got any, we can either do a swap or I'll just buy them off you. Because I do go through mine every now and again, and either sell them, give them away, swap them. So my collection's not too bad at the moment. I don't feel too ashamed when I look at it.
That's good.
Because at one point I was like, oh, this is bad.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't.
Addictive though. It's so addictive. It's easy to get the trap of having loads, but you know.
Yeah, but the ones that I have, like, even though, you know, I might not be using them all the time, I actually still use them. It's just
if you're using them, it's only when you look at them and you think I haven't used that for months, then it's like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
I use all of mine now, I think, pretty much. Maybe, I don't know, I'd have to go with mine myself what I've got.
Because I think the ones that I have, the thing is that they're all kind of thematic. So like I have one goddess deck, I have one animal deck, that moonology deck.
Is that Yasmin Boland?
No, that was the one that I was showing when we had the podcast on the moon. If you remember, it wasn't. Yeah, that one. I'm very conflicted about that one because I really like it. Like I like the book. I think that's what I like. It's the book.
Yeah, I've got one moon deck at the moment, and I've got the Moonology book by Yasmin Boland that I am yet to read. It's in my pile of books, and I'm reading one about working with spirit guides at the moment. It's because I'm always doing things all the time. I don't allow myself enough time to read, so I'm trying to schedule in some time now to get through some of my books. I've got 2 animal tarot decks. I really like animal tarot decks. One of the ones I've been looking at, I think, is it called Whispers of the Ocean? I really want like an underwater animal.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned that one before.
Yeah, and I just keep looking, thinking, what do I want? Because there's so many. That's why I keep sort of leaving it and coming back to it and leaving it and thinking, but at some point, one of them is just going to say, you want to buy me. But that's my favourite so far is Whispers of the Ocean. It's just beautiful.
Yeah. I actually bought this one secondhand. This time I decided like the only thing that I'm changing is that I'm buying them used now because like I honestly don't mind. I just clear the energy. I mean, I sell my decks and I know that they're in good condition. So, you know, it's like it doesn't really matter. I'm happy to buy things.
Well, the thing is, you cleanse the deck anyway, don't you? Even
Well,
if it's
exactly.
brand new, because it's
Let's
still
reuse it, you know, save the paper and all that. So
yeah, exactly. I don't mind ever buying a deck that somebody else has used as long as it's still in good condition. Because even if it's new, it's been touched by people, and I still do the full smoke test. So it makes no difference to me at all. I quite like getting things that other people have used.
Yeah, no, me too.
Items.
Yeah,
they've got a bit more life about them than something that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I like it. Yeah, I like that they've been used. They've been, you know, put to work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If anyone's watching, we are chatting, but we are here to do live card readings. So if you have a question about your career or your spiritual, personal path, growth, then let us know in the comments. If you're watching from Facebook group, as usual, please just put your name first and then your question, unless you give StreamYard permission to share your name, but then you'd have to click on the link in the description of this video. If you wish to find out more about us, all the details also in the description, our links to our websites and other social channels. Yeah, and we're here till 6. p.m. in UK time. So yeah, so if you have a question, let us know. I actually got another I got another deck. So I bought two used ones, but the other one hasn't come yet. But it's the one that you have already. I think you told me about it even. It's the mediumship training deck.
Oh yeah, that's really good. Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, because I really want to. Well, I mean, I love cards. That's one, and two, like I would really like. I like the interactive like prompts to see maybe what to work on now, just for my own, you know, development. If I'm because sometimes I'm thinking, well, what should I do? What can I do to practice? Yeah, and instead of just sitting in meditation or power, which is also good, of course. I try and do that whenever I can, but I would like to have a little prompt as to maybe what to, just to jazz it up a little, right?
Yeah, and that's what they're for. They give.
Yeah,
I mean, that's one of the cards. It does talk about sitting in the power. That's one of the tips, if you like. But other days it might be talking to you about working with colours. Other days it might be suggesting that you do something else that
exactly.
sparks your intuition. So it's great for mediumship development, but also just general spiritual psychic development, and gives you that inspiration. But also, obviously, because you're working with your guides, it's them saying, right, actually, you've done loads of sitting in the power. That's great, but now you need to be doing a bit more of this, and balances it up a little bit, and it's great for ideas. I've really enjoyed using it. I think it's good.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, but that one has not arrived yet.
Mm-hmm. Where are you buying them from? Are you, because there's a couple of Facebook groups?
Well, these particular ones, I still did go to Amazon, except I just chose to buy it used.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, I don't think, did I even buy a deck from eBay? I don't think I bought a deck from eBay yet. I've been selling my decks on eBay.
Yeah, I've sold a few on eBay. I
I
probably bought
tried
some.
to sell some through Facebook before, but I didn't really find anyone. eBay seems to work. I got all my decks sold through eBay.
I've done some swaps in a couple of the groups where you can swap tarot and oracle decks with other people. That's been quite good. And I've bought a couple from those groups, but it depends if people have got what you're looking for. So that's good if you just want to browse. Whereas if you've got something quite specific, then obviously you type that
Yeah.
into eBay or what have you, you're going to find somebody that's got it. But every now and again, I nip onto those groups. I try not to go in too often. I haven't just end up with no money left, but I go in every now and again and just think, is there something jumping out at me that someone wants to swap or sell? So they're pretty good. I like that though. I like the idea of swapping decks.
Yeah.
Because that's good. Everyone wins then, don't they?
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if it might be quiet tonight because it's sunny. Everybody's having a barbecue. Well, if they're in the UK, they are, because I don't know what it's
They're
like.
in UK, exactly. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of like we're open to the whole world. Anyone?
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. If they're in the UK, they're probably having a barbecue and making the most of this good weather. It is lovely.
It is. That's why I went out today. Because yesterday, what was yesterday? Sorry, what is it? Thursday. Well, yesterday I was working, so obviously didn't go. But yeah.
How long have you got left?
Of what?
Of work before you
Oh,
leave?
not long. Until 23rd of June.
Oh wow! Blimey, that's not long at all.
No. Yeah. So I'm gonna be enjoying the sun even more.
Yeah, definitely. Make the most of it.
Yeah.
So where are we now? Where are we? June. So, Cancer. Is it Cancer at the moment? Yes, it is.
No, it's still Gemini.
Is it?
Yeah, it's still Gemini until like 20 something of June.
When's my? Oh, okay. Maybe it's next month then, because my sister's birthday must be July. Must be July then, because she's a Cancer, so that must be next month, and then August would be Leo.
Leo.
So when's your due date?
It's Leo time.
Oh, is it cusp of Leo, or is it due sort of?
It's like the first week, within the first week. Could be first week or first 2 weeks. I mean, you know, if he comes early, then it's still probably Leo.
Probably
And
still
later,
Leo.
it would still be Leo.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna have a little lion.
Like a little Leo. Yeah. Yeah. Little shiny sunny Leo.
No, I guarantee at some point you'll do his birth chart.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
The second that I can like comprehend what just happened and like baby's here, I'm like, what time? What time?
Yeah.
John,
I need to know his North Node. It's more important than the gender. What's his
oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh,
Definitely.
his
That's
whole
what
life mapped out for him the minute he's born. I mean, it's so cool.
Yeah, that's what I did with my friend's baby, because she just had a baby the other day and I was like, what time was he born? Tell me now.
What a lovely present for somebody, for a new mum, is like their full birth chart for their baby, sun, moon, and rising sign, and everything. It's like you get a head start on them.
Yeah. Yeah. The other thing, I will also be getting the human design chart because I want to know what's up in there as well.
Yeah.
And then I'll have a view, I'll understand, I'll know what's going on. I'll be like, okay, now I'm informed. I don't have to, try and maybe guess why they're behaving certain ways or stuff. I just have the understanding.
When he gets to his terrible twos and he has a tantrum, you'll say, look, just because Jupiter is in Aries doesn't mean you can get away, doesn't mean you can get away with that sort of nonsense. Just because of your Saturn placement.
It's so funny. It's like there's a meme. How do you say that? Meme?
I think it's meme. I've never really knew.
Yeah.
It's meme.
There's a meme. I think I shared it once. I don't know if it was through Instagram with a kid from Stranger Things, like being really like embarrassed in the car, driving really angry because it's what do you call it? Like when you bring your parents to school to share what they do for a living, and it just I don't know, the caption says something. It's the parents' day, and my mom is like bringing tarot cards, crystals, and things. And the kid is like, "Oh my god, that's so lame." Oh, that would be funny. Oh wow. Still no one with a question. Even if there's anyone watching and doesn't have a question, just saying hello would be nice as well.
Yeah. Speak to us.
Yeah, tell us something. How is your day going? Are you in UK? Are you somewhere else?
Is it sunny? Is it having a barbecue?
Yeah. Okay, well, would you like an angel prayer card, Mel?
Oh, yes, please. Is this your new deck?
Yes. So there's like a little prayer on there. Maybe something that, what prayer you could say, as in like affirmation / prayer.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, I like it. It's the one that I just shared on my group the other day. It's the spiritual abundance card.
Oh, okay.
And it says, "Thank you, angels, for blessing me with infinite abundance."
Okay.
So, yeah, good stuff.
Bring
I
it
actually
on.
had this today as well for myself. Because I pull cards sometimes, for myself. And I had this as well. So definitely abundance coming your way, and just keep saying this mantra / affirmation / prayer. Thank you, angels, for blessing me with infinite abundance. And there it is.
Okay. All right.
Ooh. Can you see it a little bit? Like, actually, it's in my group, so you can have a little look.
Yeah, I'll have a look there. I can see it a little bit.
Yeah, so she's got like hands full of coins, golden coins. How nice is that? Good stuff.
Lovely. I'll have a bit of that.
Blessing us with abundance now, universe.
Less away. I'm
Yeah.
receive. Right.
Yeah, I think it's like more coming your way, Mel.
Oh, I hope so. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Bring it on. So, anybody watching, say hello. Let us know if you've got a question you'd like to ask. Anything at all related to your job, work, career, business, or personal development, spiritual development. Ask away, and we will consult the cards for you.
Yeah, please don't be shy. Also, because I think some people might be a bit shy.
Aww.
Please don't be shy. Or just say hello.
If anybody's interested as well in understanding a little bit more about cards and card readings, Kat and I have done 2 live videos recently. One of them was this week on Monday, just gone. And the other one was a couple of weeks ago. So have a look in our YouTube channels at our live videos. If you click on the live video section, you'll see them come up. And we just talk about tarot readings, angel card readings, oracle cards, how they work, what the different types of reading are that you can get, best questions to ask, how to choose the reader, and even we talk about little bits about how it all works and how you can do it yourself. So take a look.
Yeah.
That's what you're interested in.
Speaking of doing it yourself, I will be doing angel card reading course or workshops. I don't know the difference. It would be a 3-part workshop this year coming in autumn. So if you are interested in doing it for yourself, learning how to read cards for yourself, angel cards specifically, then just go to my website, and I have all the details. I'll be updating my website with all the details there.
Cool. Good stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I already have a plan. I was going to do it in June, but I decided to move it later in the year. But it's definitely happening. So I've got it all planned out already. Hello, Fatma. So I can see you are saying hello. That's nice to see someone say hello. Did you have a question around your career, job, work, vocation, or your spiritual personal path, growth of any sort? Then let us know in the comments, and we'll pull some cards for you. And also let us know where you are, if you're having a nice weather, because we were just talking about the nice weather that we have here.
Okay, so what we're doing tonight, Fatma? Oh, is it hot there? I should think it is if you're in Dubai. It's pretty warm here actually, which is unusual for us to be able to say. We're in the UK. So we're only doing readings on career, work, business, or spiritual and personal development rather than love readings. So if you do have anything that you want to ask us about your work, your spiritual path, your personal development, then fire away. But that's the readings that we're specialising in. So we're not offering love readings, I'm afraid. But yeah, pop up another question if you do have one. Anything you want to ask about work or your spiritual path, pop it in the comments and we will pick it up.
Okay, thank you. Spiritual path. Okay. Is there anything specific at all, or did you just want to know maybe what to focus on? Is there something that you're working on already, perhaps? I'm just going to start shuffling for Fatma.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. That's helpful. Okay. So we're going to ask about the communication. Okay, let's see. Okay, Fatma. So is it okay if I go, Mel?
Yeah, no, crack on.
Okay, so when it comes to your communication with the guides, I feel like there is, whilst I was shuffling, I just want to mention it. I feel like there is just a little bit, maybe there's a bit on your mind right now that might be in some way, kind of not, maybe let's say blocking that communication just a little bit, just because I feel like your mind is a little kind of busy. And it just makes it a little bit harder sometimes for us to hear them or get the directions from them when we're unable to just relax and open up and clear our mind a little bit. So that's one thing I just wanted to mention. Otherwise, so I've got 3 cards. And I feel like the first one is connection. It says romance and connection, but based on your question, I feel it's about the connection and the closeness of your, your connection with your guides. The fact that you're obviously even have the intention of connecting with them and you're working on it, that just tells me that your connection is strong. You might actually, now that I'm talking about it, I feel like, sometimes you might want to actually hear them and have them speak the words that you're looking for guidance. But I would suggest that you try and connect a little bit more through your feeling, because and I feel like that's just going back to the mind being a little bit too busy right now for you to be able to kind of decipher or hear, in your mind. And we sometimes forget that, the guides, they're not human, so it doesn't really matter what energy they use to communicate with us, and they will always communicate with us through the energy that's most available. So I feel if you were to open up your clairsentience, so the feeling, the communication will be easier, because you'll be able to just feel into their message and just the words will just come out for you, but you'll make up the words from what you're actually feeling. So just try that first. And then the other thing is you are called to earth and ground your energy. So that actually, again, that's another thing that confirms the thoughts and the mind being very busy. If we're too much in our mind and our thoughts, worrying or thinking about things, analyzing, over analyzing, whether it's about past, future, present, then we're not grounded, and it's difficult for us to keep our energy focused on us and that energy with your guides, because it's just into so many different places. So the third card is ease and grace. So all of these three tell me, Fatma, that for you to really receive and be maybe a little bit more certain about the messages that you're receiving with your guides, because you are connected with them. Okay, there's no doubt about it in my mind. The only thing is that you're a little bit too busy. Your mind is too busy. So I would suggest you focus on feeling. Ground yourself. So make sure that, again, you clear your mind. However, whatever practice you have, a grounding practice, because if you don't, then it would be a good one maybe to start. You can do a grounding practice at home, or just I think like the easiest one sometimes is just to go out and walk in nature and just be present whilst you're having a walk instead of thinking about other things. So ground and just take it easy. Don't push yourself too hard. And also I want to say, don't, because I feel like you're asking about the questions that you're asking are very urgent, almost like you really want the answers to come because of, well, I don't know, whatever situation it is. If it was the situation that you mentioned about your ex-partner, or if there is something else in your life, and I feel like you might be maybe trying to contact your guides at the times of maybe crisis rather than just at good times as well. So I have said quite a lot, but I hope that you got the gist of it, and you can always go back and rewatch this reading later on, because there are quite a few things that you can do to make it a little bit easier for yourself. So I hope that helps. And just take it easy, and just don't push. Try not to push anything. Okay, I'm done.
I actually got very similar cards and a very similar feeling to you, Kat. And the first one I pulled is the Nine of Swords, and that talks about worry, stress, anxiety. So, when we're talking to our spirit guides, if it's coming from a place of I'm really upset, I'm really worried, it's probably not the best time to talk to them. It's probably better to switch your focus to looking after you and healing your heart if you've got a little bit of upset going on in your life. I mean, you do have all the tools that you need to be able to communicate with your guides, and you mentioned the pendulum. You've got the tools there to talk to them, but mentally I would get into a slightly better space first and just look after yourself. And I'm feeling very much the same as Kat, that when there's a bit of there's some trauma, there's some grief, there's some hurt, there's some upset, if we're then asking for guidance and our energy is slightly lowered, it might not be the best time to connect. And reiterating what Kat said about just getting grounded, and ask your angels and your spirit guides to put some protection around you before you communicate with them, and ask them to make sure it's them that you're communicating with. And you can ask them to do that and they will step in and help. Just ask them, place me inside, like a bubble, if you want to visualize something of protection. Keep me safe. I only want to communicate with you. If you get anything other than loving, compassionate guidance, then that's not coming from your guides. It will probably be coming from you, from your own fear. They'll never say anything to you that isn't for your highest good. They'll never tell you to do anything bad. It will always be loving, and it will feel loving if it's coming from them. And the other card I've got for you is the Strength card, which is also talking about, when you're having a bit of a hard time, digging into that courage that you naturally possess within you, You will get through difficult times. You will get there. Your guides are absolutely 100% with you, but just ask them to step up the protection, to look after you whilst you're, going through a stressful time, and just keep you protected, and they will absolutely do that. But yes, you've got all the tools you need to communicate with them. I would just choose your timing to make sure that you're coming at it from a strong, energetic point of view, and not when your energy is a bit wounded, if that makes sense. So just time to look after yourself.
And we did talk about this extensively in our previous conversations. I don't know, Fatma, if you were here when we were talking about this, because on our channels we have weekly conversations, and we've been covering the topic of card readings. And so I know it's not specifically pendulum, but it doesn't really matter what tool you use. I would say listen to those, and we're sharing all of that information on there as well. I think that might be helpful. You're most welcome, Fatma.
You're welcome, lovely. Yeah, we did actually talk about this on Monday, because I've been in that position before, when I've been stressed out and worrying about something, and I've been sort of asking my guide with the tarot to help me and show me, and what do I need to do, and I've sort of been a bit frantic and a bit stressed out, and then the cards haven't made any sense, so I've gone away from them, relaxed, meditated, done some work on the energy, gone back, and then asked the cards, and I've had a much more coherent response, because I've worked on my energy first. So we've all done it. We've all asked, and it's been, sometimes we ask because we're hurting and we just want feel our guides around us. So.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I did, that I mentioned earlier, because I can have a busy mind as well, and I can doubt my mind quite a bit, unless I'm in a very good space. So I did a few times try to just feel, and it would just be easier because I can't put words into my feelings, if that makes sense. So just feeling the energy and then interpreting that helped me anyway. And and they communicate with us through so many other things, right? Signs, if you're watching something, reading something, and the message pops up that's relevant to your question, maybe that you were trying to figure out with the pendulum before. Yeah, just making it easy on ourselves is always a good idea. Because even if you just ask, can I please have guidance on this and this, and then just leave it, and it will come to you in some way. If anyone else is watching and would like a card, well, it's not just one card, as you can see, so but a card reading, then let us know, please, in the comments. We're here for another 15 minutes, so there's still time. Or if you're just watching, don't have a question, just say hello. By the way, as we're waiting, I suppose if anyone is watching, we just want to remind people that we have all kinds of stuff on offer. Currently, I have some mini readings I'm offering. Also, a manifestation workshop is coming up, and also a monthly prize draw. So if you enter a monthly prize draw, you will have a free 30-minute session with me of your choice. So if you're interested in any of that, just go to my website. And Mel has lots of free courses and stuff. So Mel, if you want to have a quick share just quickly.
Yeah, sure. So if anybody wants to take a look at my website, it's melanie-stevens.com, and there's some free downloadable documents on there, exercises, guides, there's workshops, there's lots of fun and free stuff for people to be able to enjoy. And then obviously if anybody wants to take a look at what I offer, then I've got some courses available. I'm a spiritual teacher. That's my sort of primary role. And then I also provide readings the same as Kat.
Cool. Okay. So, Chris, I can see you're asking about a love interest, but as we have mentioned to Fatma as well, we are asking, we are doing readings for career or spiritual path or personal development kind of questions. This is what we specialize in. So if you have any questions around that, then let us know. Otherwise, our channels are career, job, work, vocation kind of questions, or spiritual and personal development. And I'm sure there's something that you would like to know on those topics. Chris, you can ask about websites. Of course, we both have our details in the description if you haven't visited any of our websites yet.
So if anyone has a question about career, spiritual path, personal development, career can be business. If you've got your own business, it can be your job. If you're employed, it doesn't have to be that it's a business related question. Pop it in the comments. Also, just let us have your name, because if you are joining us, I can see there's a few people with us now. If you are joining us on Facebook, we won't be able to see your name. So just pop your name at the end of your question. If you're joining us on YouTube, then you don't need to worry, because we can see. A little funny thing with StreamYard, it doesn't let us see people's names on Facebook. So just pop your name at the end and ask your question, and we will pull a card for you.
Chris, I'm reading your comment, but I'm not sure what you mean. Is that a question for the card? You said if there is a professional to share the way with me. I'm not sure what you mean. If you could just let us know, clarify a little bit as to what your question is.
I don't know what. Sorry, Chris. I have no idea what that means.
Chris, unless you have a question about career or spiritual path, then otherwise just leave it, because I don't know what you're talking about right now. And I believe we have some other people here as well. So if anyone has a question on career or spiritual path, personal path development, career can be a job, vocation, business, then let us know and we'll pull some cards for you. Right, so we have a couple of people. Monica, the recent one. You can definitely have a reading, Monica, if you have a question around your career or spiritual path, personal development. Please let us know in the comments just what your question is. On finances, yeah, I think we can do that. And what's the question exactly? Is that finances to do with your work? Okay.
Okay, right. I'm just going to, because I'm just aware of the time, I'm going to jump in and answer Monica's question. So, reading on finances, will my finances get better soon? Just as I was waiting for you to confirm your question, I just wanted to just pull a couple of cards for you, Monica, and just see what's going on for you at the moment. And I can see by the cards that there's a lot of anxiety, and same card I pulled for a lady earlier, actually, which is when you're worrying, you're stressing out, and you're feeling very anxious. And you know, when times are difficult financially, it's very difficult not to stay in that space of worry and anxiety, because we've created a world where we need money to live, you know. So it's scary when things are tough, but if you can try and work through that a little bit, because when we're worrying about money, unfortunately because when we're in a space of anxiety, our energy field contracts. And then when we're trying to bring money in and manifest, we can't manifest with a contracted energy field. We can only do it when we're expansive. And worry and anxiety will cause that contraction. So that absolutely, you know, you have the ability to be able to start to change things for yourself by, as hard as it is when things are tight, tap into, in fact, I've got the Seven of Pentacles here, tap into what you do have. What have you invested in that's worked well for you? Have you got a home that you live in? Have you got things around you that make you feel abundant and financially supported? If you have, tune into the energy of how that feels and feel that abundance that you do have, rather than tuning into what you don't have, because that just brings up feelings of lack and panic and anxiety, and unfortunately that can have a bit of a knock-on effect, and it can stop us from being able to bring in more money. So that's the guidance I'm getting to that. And just look at where have you invested your money and what's working well for you. We've usually got something we can tap into where we say, wow, you know, at least I've got a home, I've got a car or a bike or something. And just write down the stuff that you've got already that make you feel wealthy and abundant. That will expand your energy field, and that will make it easier for money to come in to your life. So I hope that helps, lovely.
Okay, so Monica, so on your question about finances, what I did the 3-card spread with a bit of a past, present, future. I felt is appropriate for this, and so from what I can see, you have probably most recently, or it might have been taken a little while, but you have been working, you know, through your finances and your relationship with money in general. So I feel like something might have happened maybe recently or the past 2 years or so, where you just kind of almost, I want to say, woken up, because you have the Judgment card. And that has kind of led you to maybe realize that this part of your life needs a little bit of healing, reshuffling, changing, maybe your attitude and things like that. So I can see that you're in a way working on you know, making things better. And I don't know whether there was a specific situation that happened that has put you in a little bit of a struggle, but either way, right now, I can see that you're actually super busy, or at least you put a lot of energy into that subject itself when it comes to finances. It doesn't look to me like you're, let's say, lazy or sitting on your bum not doing anything about it. You're actually super busy and trying to resolve any issues that you have. You have the Eight of Wands card here, but it's a as it says on the card, the word on the card says journeys, and that just tells me that it's basically a journey. It's like a I want to say a bit of an awakening journey, a little bit of a I'm kind of my own situation kind of comes to my mind, and it's just, I went through a bit of a wake-up call as well, and it just meant that I had to sort things out in my life, but it's a process, and so it takes a little while. So I don't see anything in that sense, like very material sense, maybe getting better, improving just yet, because you also have the Hanged Man card, which is a card of us waiting when we don't necessarily want to wait, but the universe needs us to be patient and just keep doing what you're doing now, so that your mindset, your attitude towards finances changes and maybe evolves a little bit, so that you can then really make some clear decisions and have a bit of a clearer idea as to how you can make this part of your life a little bit easier and better for yourself. So yeah, it might not be exactly maybe what you want to hear, but I just want to say, just keep at it. You will get there. It's just going to take a little bit longer maybe than you'd like to. And one other card from my other deck, I have pulled as advice, and we have a loved one in heaven card, and it says, there's a little prayer on this card, and it says, "Thank you, loved ones in heaven, for drawing close at this time." So I would assume that you have someone in heaven, and if so, then they can help you. If you need their support or their presence, if in any way it will bring you comfort, just call upon them, because they actually really, really want to help you. So it's just a matter of being open to the signs that they are sending you in regards to your question as well. Oh, okay. Yes. So you've been working on abundance. Exactly. So yeah, it's a process, but your loved ones in heaven will help you on the way, and just be patient. Yeah. I hope that helps, Monica, and everything will get better. Oh, well, there you go.
Oh, how lovely.
Yeah. So if you've been, then that's your confirmation pretty much, more than anything. So there you go. Your prayers are answered. Yeah, just stick at it, because you're doing a really great job.
Okay. Wow. It is 6 o'clock already. The hour's gone fast. So for anybody new joining us tonight, we are live. Well, we're live at 5 if you're in the UK, but many of you aren't. But we're live 5 o'clock UK time, which is British summertime. Every Thursday, you can find us on the channel that you're watching on now. Come along. You can come along more than once if you want to, and bring your career questions, bring your questions about your spiritual path, and we will do our best to answer them.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Monica. All the best to you. Okay, bye everyone.
Cheers everyone, see you next week.